Welcome back to Ethan Live. I am your host, Papa Jeff, along with my co-host Debbie. Debbie, we did a podcast just a little bit earlier, and since
Yeah,
then, though, we've had the disappointing news that Dolly Parton has passed away.
I know.
Isn't that
Very,
such
very, very sad. She has
iconic? Yeah.
done, yeah. And
Was it?
that's one person that made billions, I'm sure, but she has been such a philanthropist and done so many good things.
I
She
mean,
will
was
be
there anyone that
certainly
didn't like
missed.
Dolly Parton?
I don't think so. And who can
No.
say that?
No.
Yeah, it's like Dolly
I
Parton and
mean,
Willie Nelson, like the two
yeah,
people that.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Anyway,
everybody, yeah, that's a good
we
point. Yeah,
are what an amazing life that she led.
she
We're
did.
super excited to get back into our American Humane Hero Dog podcast, and this time we're very happy to be joined by American Humane Therapy Hero Dog semifinalist Goosey and his
Yeah.
person Amy. Amy, how are you?
Hey, we're doing good. How are you guys?
And Goosey's right there saying hello, right up in the camera.
Oh.
He's probably not going to last too long. He had a visit this morning and
Okay.
he's due for a nap, but we want to at least have him in view to begin, and then he's probably going to go to sleep on my lap.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. He's showing
Yeah.
his handsome self right now, so
Yeah, adorable. Yeah.
he is. Now, what breed is he?
Goose is a Cavalier King
Okay,
Charles Spaniel, which
very.
sounds a little, yes, it sounds a little pretentious to say. So we usually just say he's a
Okay,
Cavalier, or he's a King Charles
okay,
Spaniel.
okay. It did sound very impressive.
We like
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, so what part of the country are you in, Amy?
So we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Spent
the
some time.
Bayou
We were just
State.
talking off camera. Spent some time down there
Yeah.
during Hurricane Katrina, but hopefully you have a different internet than Starlink in Mississippi.
Yeah.
We do not have Starlink. Bless Martha's heart.
I
I felt for
know.
her because you can't control the internet.
No,
Right.
no, and you can't control bad weather. So I mean, yeah, but she
No,
she
no,
worked on through it, bless her heart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she
It
did.
worked out just fine.
She did.
Tell us, Amy. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you have been doing and your history leading up to Goosey.
Yeah. So Amy as the person and not Goosey's handler. I am a three-time cookbook author, a food writer. Yeah, I have a couple of cookbooks. One was on QVC. I've been on
oh,
Rachel Ray when Rachel Ray had a show. But I am also a serial volunteer. I volunteer at with several different organizations, and I am a really passionate animal rescue advocate, and so I am the um, foster and sort of um, coordinator for the Louisiana team for Goose's Rescue, the Cavalier Rescue, and
oh,
so that's sort of what I do personally.
yeah. What? Just asked you quickly. What kind of cooking do you have a specialty? I wondered if it was French cuisine from
No,
Louisiana or Cajun
no.
or
No, no. So my
no.
passion is baking. My passion is
Oh,
baking, and my third cookbook was all baking. It was small
oh,
batch snacking cakes.
oh,
But my
oh,
very first cookbook was sort of a play off of the movie The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
oh. Yes, I yes, I do.
So years ago, as sort of just like a passion project, I thought, well, how fun would it be to do a spin off that movie, but do it food related? And
Oh,
so I circulated handmade apron and an empty
oh,
recipe binder. Yeah, and we
oh, that
circulated it
is
all
such a
over the
cool.
we circulated it all over the country. And so I would send it to you. You would put in a favorite recipe of yours and you
Wow.
would tell me why your that recipe was your favorite. And then I would send you the address for you to ship it to the next person. And then they did
Yeah.
it the same. And so when it made its way back to me, I would
Uh-huh.
recreate, yeah, your recipes and put them on my website. And I had a publisher approach me and they said, this is such a great idea because
It is.
it's so community driven with because it was interesting. I was genuinely interested in what, because are you in Kentucky? Did you
Uh-huh.
have you said?
Kentucky.
Yes.
Yeah. And so geographically it was very unique to see what someone in
What can
Kentucky would deem as a favorite recipe versus someone
yes.
in the West Coast. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, so it was a really fun project. So that ended up being that was my first book.
Okay. That I'd
Yeah.
much rather get that than the jeans. So I like that idea. Rather
Oh yeah, because one size fits all with an
yeah,
apron.
right.
Not so much with jeans. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know how that quite happened. What's the name of that book?
So that book was The Sisterhood of the Traveling Apron,
Oh, I
because
love
it
it.
was
Okay.
really universal
Yes.
to the apron. So the ladies would
Okay.
get the apron. I don't think we had any men. Sorry, Jeff.
No, that's
Oh.
okay. I'm looking as I
But
glanced at your website. I saw the pina colada pound cake and
see,
Oh.
baking. Like I love to
yep,
bake. I like to bake.
the banana pudding cake, the layered banana pudding cake.
Oh,
You
I'm
should
gonna
try that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
sorry, I've got dogs that are all over the place now. Normally they just lay down and just enjoy the podcast, and today they think they've got other things to do. But that's very cool. How cool was it
They're
to go
awake.
on? How did that whole experience with Rachel Ray uh, come
Come
about?
about. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't really know. I really don't remember how that pitch, like how that happened. If I pitched it or if it was my publisher. Oh, you're down.
Publisher. Up there. Okay.
Yeah, he's
He's
and now
done.
he's going to go stalk the lizards from the window. So, but
Oh.
as
Okay.
long as he doesn't see one,
Okay, huh?
we should be quiet. But we'll see. I'll pick him back up when we start talking about him in a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool to be able to take that your passion there to like a national stage on that TV show,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
folks
so
check out.
that was my first book. My second book was came about from the first book, because the first book I was really more of an editor,
Uh-huh.
because it was shared recipes.
Right.
And then my
Uh-huh.
second book, the publisher saw that book and said, "Well, have you ever thought about doing a standalone cookbook?" And I was like, "Well, no, but why not?"
Yeah.
And so that book was the one that went on QVC:
Oh,
picnics, potlucks, and porch parties. And so it's
Oh,
very, yeah, very southern,
yeah.
very me.
Uh-huh. Like the
So
title
anyway,
though. Very good title.
thank you, thank you.
so then how did so you're kind of doing your on your own. You're doing cookbooks and you're promoting that. How does Goosey come into your life?
So Goosey came into my life. So as I mentioned, I volunteer for the Cavalier Rescue. It's a breed specific rescue for Goosey's breed, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. And Goose is not my only spaniel. I have owned this breed um, for, oh gosh, 18 years, I guess.
Oh
In
my.
fact, my very first Cavalier, Lucy, is where Goosey got his name. So when Goose came to me and so I use those interchangeably, Goose and Goosey. When he came
Okay.
to me as a foster, his name was Goose. Okay. But my very first Cavalier was Lucy, and we used to call her Loosey Goosey. So when I
Oh.
adopted Goose, yeah, when I adopted Goose, I added the Y to Goose,
Mm,
and so we call him Goosey. So his name is technically Goose, but
okay.
we call him Goosey, and it drives my husband crazy because he said, "Oh, Amy, he's petite. People already think he's a girl because he's so small, and then you're going to call him Goosey." Whereas Goose is a little more masculine, but
Yeah.
it's special to me because it's
Yeah.
it's after my Lucy, you know.
Yes.
Um, so yeah.
I
That
think it's adorable.
Uh, s- so
that's
to answer your question,
uh-huh.
Goose came to me as a foster.
Ah,
Our Mississippi coordinator actually was the one who got the call for Goose. He had been he
oh.
yeah, yeah. So that was the very first photo that rescue received of Goose. He had been brought into a clinic in Mississippi, and he had a plethora of things wrong with him, but he
Oh.
had a gland that had abscessed.
Mm,
And what we think happened was that the veterinarian suspected neglect, because in that photo, Goose weighed 5.6 pounds.
uh,
And to put it in perspective, he, at his healthy weight right now, he's a lot of fluff,
yeah.
but he is right under 13 pounds. So
Mm.
that photo, he was 18 months old, so an adult cavalier,
Mm.
at half the size that he should have been.
Oh,
And
goodness.
so the veterinarian, suggested some treatment, and his owner said, "Oh, I don't want to spend any money on him. Put him down." And
Mm,
Goose owes his life to the tech who said, we have a client. She owns the breed. Would you instead consider releasing
mm.
to rescue? And from what I was told, the man said, "Do whatever you want with him," and he walked out the clinic.
Oh,
So
my.
that
Mm.
veterinary tech contacted contacted rescue. A good friend, our Mississippi coordinator, said,
Oh,
"Yeah." I mean,
oh.
when I look back, it's hard to believe it's the same dog. But
Yeah, yeah.
our Mississippi coordinator called me and said, "Hey, we got this dog has just is coming in. Can you foster him?" And I thought, okay, he just needs to gain some weight. He's a cute Blenheim, which is what they call his coloring Cavalier. We'll get him on his way in no time, because I have other Cavaliers. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so this is not my only one. I've owned this breed. I say my magic number is 3,
Okay.
because I can bring one somewhere, and then the other two have each other at home.
Oh.
And so I wasn't thinking of adding Goose to our pack. I was just raised my hand and said, yes, I can foster him. So
Mm.
he had everything imaginable, like along with the abscess. I mean, he had every parasite known to
Oh.
mankind. He was deficient in everything. He was so anemic from the amount of fleas that he had, that he barely escaped having needing like a blood transfusion. He was
Um,
literally skin and bones. I mean, you can kind of tell from those photos just how
Mm-hmm.
skeleton he was, but
mhm.
he was really, really in bad shape. And so it took 7 months to for rescue to get him
I
healthy
guess.
enough to be able to be listed for adoption. And by
Mm.
that time, I was bonded to him, he was bonded to
Yeah,
me, and not only to me, but to my other dogs.
yeah.
And so yeah, so that's how he landed with
It's
me.
your, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Well, you're very fortunate and thankful for that vet tech that reached out to you since you
one
knew
hundred
the
percent.
breeds. Yeah.
One hundred
Hmm.
percent. He owes his life that
Uh-huh.
she saw something in him worth saving, and that she advocated for him to not put him
Um,
down. That he was
yeah.
worth a chance. Yeah.
Mm.
And then he found the home that he was meant to be in all along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some similarities here with
Yeah.
Ethan's story for
Uh,
sure.
so then
I've
what?
read it. Yes.
Mm.
So you have Goose and Goosey, and then he gets back to the health he should be in, and then
Right.
what steers you to therapy?
Yeah.
So Milo, so my senior Cavalier that we lost last year, last fall, I had done therapy work with Milo.
Okay.
Milo was
No.
one of, yeah, yeah, precious. That's
Uh-huh.
my heart. And so Milo was older. He was 13 and a half last fall when we lost him. And unfortunately for Milo, we were at the peak of his therapy work when COVID happened. And
Oh.
Milo had a heart condition. And so, you know, that stint of time where we weren't able to visit, he was still getting older and his heart condition was progressing. And so we retired Milo shortly after COVID. And, you know, that's my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Doing therapy work is really what I'm very passionate about because I experienced so many heartwarming and just really meaningful moments with Milo. But
Mm-hmm.
with my rescue, because my dogs are rescue, they don't always have it, you know, like the what we call like the special sauce to be able to go into to to be therapy, to be able to
Uh-huh.
be trained, to be able
Uh-huh.
to certify. And so I had been missing doing the work with Milo for years.
Um,
I guess about 3 years
um,
that it took. And so when Goosey came in, because I had the 7 months of fostering him, I knew immediately that he was special because,
oh.
you know, so I volunteer because I really have a heart for service, and that's where my heart is. But Goose, I think his comes from a place of gratitude. I feel like in
Um,
some way he knows that his life was saved for a reason, and
mhm.
I really believe that that's why he's as 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 great at what he does
Oh. And
because
where
of
do you
that.
all what type of places do you visit with Goosey?
Oh man, oh man.
Oh, I opened
So,
a Pandora's box, huh?
yeah, so Goose is a very sought out little guy.
Okay.
He
That's good.
he's one of the smallest of our rescue group. He's one of the smallest,
Uh-huh.
and so he's very portable, so he can go on
Yeah.
the lap of a nursing home resident. He can go
It's
in the bed on the we visit the Baton Rouge General Hospital cancer
oh.
floor. That
Mm,
photo is him working with one of our memory care residents, and so Goose,
mm.
but we're also, you know, we're a nationally registered reading education assistance dog, and so we do the what I call like the fun visits, the
Uh-huh.
elementary schools.
Schools. Uh-huh.
He's a Baton Rouge airport therapy dog, and so we visit
Okay.
the airport, and so we do some of the we do those visits, and he can and he does those visits. But where he excels is in moments like that.
Uh-huh.
There is a communication that happens between him and our residents that has nothing to do with me and everything to do with him. He's on what we call the magic quilt. And so if you saw in his bio, it says, you know, with his magic quilt in tow, we use
Uh-huh.
that quilt. we use that quilt for two reasons. One, it's a barrier because he does shed a little bit, and so it's a barrier between the person that we're visiting and him. And then it's also you put that blanket down, and he just melts into their lap
Oh,
or into the bed, and then you give him 5 minutes, and he's snoozing. And so I usually say it's magical because I put the quilt down, I put him on it, and like magic, he just melts into whoever he's visiting.
oh, what a good, that's a great story. Love
And look
it,
at that.
Amy.
Thank you.
Just look at
Thank
his
you.
face in both of
I
those pictures.
know.
He is just
Yeah,
eating that up.
and if
Mm-hmm.
you go back to that collage
Hmm. Yeah.
of when he first came in to rescue, that lower left, yeah,
Hmm.
that lower left photo, that lady was that volunteer, that's his first rescue photo of him looking up adoringly at the woman who transported him.
Oh,
And when I see that photo and then I compare it to the way he looks at our
uh-huh.
memory care friends that we visit, the way he looks at somebody on the cancer floor, that comes from a place of gratitude. I really
Gratitude.
feel like that
Mm-hmm.
comes from a little bit of a place of gratitude, and that I joke, I say all the time, his name was Goose, and we call him the Golden Goose because of his ability to do exactly that. He
Uh-huh.
just, you know, yeah,
He's a special baby.
Yeah,
he's
he is.
very he's very special. So to answer your question, we do all types of visits, but I
Uh-huh.
have realized that those
Are the
interactions
most,
are where he excels, and
uh-huh.
so maybe I would like to do,
Oh,
this lady is very special. That's actually a friend of mine. That's her mom,
uh-huh.
and we have an award-winning day center for people who are suffering from who have Alzheimer's disease.
Mm-hmm.
And so this facility is sort of a little respite program that they do for caregivers to
Caregiver.
bring their
Uh-huh.
loved ones, and they have different activities that they do. And Miss Pat has said that she never misses Pet Therapy Day,
Uh,
and whenever she visits with Goose, um, she goes home, she's chatty, she's happy, um, and
mhm.
they have a very special relationship.
Oh, well,
It
Goose
has
is touching a lot of people, Amy.
Yeah, yeah. We may not do, for me, it's not about the quantity of
Uh-huh.
visits that
The
we
quality.
do, because for us, our focus is on those type of moments, the ones
Yeah,
that are
those
just
connections, those special moments. Yes.
really
Uh-huh.
really sacred connections. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
very cool. So you all are visiting some nursing homes, memory facilities. You all also visit the Baton Rouge General Hospital, the cancer wing there. Is that right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes, the cancer floor. That photo right there is one of his he's in the hospital bed
With, yes. Uh-huh.
with
Mm.
a cancer patient. Yeah.
That's very very sweet. And then you all also visiting elementary schools. Tell us about the this reading program.
Yeah, so that is actually with the Boys and Girls Club, and that's with our AKC therapy group, Bayou Buddies Pet Therapy. But he's also registered with Reading Education Assistance Dogs, and during that program is where we work one on one with reading students to sort of
Mm.
boost some confidence.
It's, uh-huh.
And then I don't think so. On the American Humane website, there's
Hmm.
video of Goose in that vest, like his reed vest,
Uh-huh.
where he's napping on the magic quilt, with
Oh.
a book. It was for National Hot Dog Day, and so we read the book Hot Dog, and
Uh-huh.
yeah. But that was the Boys and Girls Club was reading. That was during a summer camp. And what's really special about that photo, and again, I think there's a little snippet of that video. You know, sometimes children will say, "Well, I don't want to read out. I don't want
Out
to read
loud.
out loud. Like I'm
Hmm.
embarrassed. What if I mess up on a
Right.
word?" And that little girl was so special to me because I said, "Well, you're not reading. You're reading to Goose. You're not
Uh-huh.
reading to no one else. Like you're not reading to anybody else in the room. You're like, look how into like he wants you to read to him." And so she starts reading him, and then another little girl was listening to her read, and she's petting his head, and she's like, "Oh, he's the same color as Goosey." And when
Um,
you take down the barrier, where they don't feel like they have to be perfect or they have to,
exactly.
yeah, then the reading to a dog is so fundamental, with releasing some of those barriers otherwise.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's very cool. Um,
Oh my
there's a,
goodness. That doesn't look like the
Yeah.
same dog, does
What a
he?
glow up, right? Yeah.
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 it's like a glam shot right there.
It does. He had a glamour
Yeah.
shot done.
I called that his therapy dog portrait, PAW, like his portrait, his headshot.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Yes, it's a headshot. Yes, there you go.
I
Yeah.
saw you guys also visit LSU. What kind of things you guys do there?
Oh,
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, we call him the get around goose. Because
it sounds like it.
so his Instagram is Goosey on the Go, and it's spelled Geaux, because we do live in Baton Rouge and we do
Mhm.
work with the student athletes at LSU, and so we spell go the Louisiana way,
In a way.
Gaux.
Hmm.
And so his Instagram is Goosey on the Go because he's always on the go because we
He
just visit
is.
so many different facilities. But we work with the LSU athletics department and their sports psychology group, as well as the Tiger Life athlete. I forget what their technical name is, but every year they do a wellness week, like a for mental health week. And
Oh,
Goose has a little motorized car that we have like a little
oh,
LSU license plate with his name on
oh
it, and
my.
we drive his Jeep
Oh,
around to
no.
those visits. But he's also visited the LSU vet school, also during Wellness Week. He showed up in his pajamas for their pajama party.
Oh,
And
goodness.
so, yeah.
That's adorable.
Well,
Hmm.
you and so
Martha and Juju.
Goosey and Bubbles will have to have a race in their jeeps.
Yeah, there
You
you
know,
go.
we
Wasn't it Bubbles that
Bubbles,
did that?
Seriously.
yes, we connected on Instagram over the when she reached out. I said, "Oh, that, like, hi." And she said, "Yeah, I voted." She said she voted for us. I don't know if I should say that. And
That's
she
a
said, because I saw Goosey's Jeep. And
G.
I thought, oh, that's great. You have a car too. And then I
Uh-huh.
realized that Bubbles has 11 cars.
Wow.
Yeah, I
And
think
so,
Bubbles has a fleet of cars.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, oh gosh, if you were closer, we would have to get them together. in and they're both
Yes.
in their vehicles. How fun would that be?
Now,
Um,
and Juju likes rubber ducks, so you all have to include Juju there too. The rubber
yes, it would
ducks
be
from the
so.
Jeep.
Yes, yeah. Juju, she we will end up getting Goose and Juju together because
Oh,
yeah, Martha actually one of the specialists that she visits
uh-huh.
is only about an hour from me. And because Juju travels with her to her visits, we're only about an hour and 15 minutes away. And so,
Oh,
yeah, I'm like, that's a
well,
quick drive for
well,
us.
that's good. That's one of Jeff will tell you. That's one of the things he loves most is
Yeah, that,
connecting with
yeah,
all the
those cool
owners.
connections of
Mm-hmm.
meeting other folks and seeing what really cool things they're doing, and the difference and impact that they're making. Like that's the whole reason I even wanted to get into this was, you may have heard me say previously. There's so much. You can only enter so much information, when you're
Mm-hmm.
nominating, or else it would be pages long. And we would
Yeah,
go to the gala and meet folks, and then just hear so much more about their
Uh-huh.
stories. And I just
right.
thought, wow, that would, if other people could hear that and hear what they could be an inspiration to somebody. Maybe they really love that story. Maybe they're even local in their area. And
Yeah.
so I just thought it was a really good way to
Yes.
get these get these stories out there even more.
Yeah.
100%. I had what's funny when you mentioned Bubbles, I was watching her Bubble his, but Stacy, when I say her,
Yes.
the podcast that you did with them, and
Uh-huh.
she mentioned Goosey,
Hmm.
and she
Yes.
thought he was a girl because props to my husband for
Yeah.
saying you name him Goosey and they're gonna think he's a girl. But when I heard her say, Goosey, I don't know how she was alive, and I'm like, oh. And so I messaged her and I said, what are you doing mentioning us?
Yes.
That was so incredibly kind. But FYI, Goose is a boy. um,
Just putting it
um,
out there for once and for
yeah,
letting
all.
every, just letting
but
everybody
I'm
know.
so glad that you give everybody this time because like you said, our bios are so condensed, and so for
Uh-huh.
Goose, it does say once given a second chance himself, he now devotes
Right.
his life to, but then that's all they sort of say about his rescue story, and
Yeah.
his rescue story is really the inspirational
Core
piece
of
to
what,
all of
yes, what
this.
Hmm.
he's
You
all
know,
about. Yeah,
right.
definitely.
I mean,
Hmm.
that's what makes him worthy of being in the semifinals with these other teams that everyone deserves to be here.
Right.
But Goose's story is is why I nominated him. I
Right.
mean, I've had another
Sure.
therapy dog. I work with therapy dogs. Everybody, does exceptional, great work. But the
Right.
fact that Goose, our rescue, they said something and it has just stuck with me. But they
Hmm.
said once the little dog who needed so much care has now devoted his life to caring for others, and when
Oh,
they said that, I said, "Oh my God, that this just ties
yeah.
it all up in a nice little
Nice.
Right.
bow," because
Definitely.
that's exactly what
What is
we've
it?
done. It's just full
Yeah.
circle. Yeah,
And you can't tell Goose's story without knowing the beginning of it, without knowing how it
Yeah.
started.
100%, one
And
hundred
it
percent.
just, because that just goes into the whole, uh, when you get into the story, that goes into, he is now giving back. The dog that needed the care is now giving
Mhm.
care to others. And
Yeah.
you see that gratitude that you were talking about. I mean, you just look at his face in those pictures,
Oh,
you see the
yeah.
gratitude that, and the care that
Yeah.
the people that he's helping. It's
Yeah. He's getting as
Yeah.
much out of it as they are. You can
Yeah,
tell by
such
looking at
such
him.
a
Oh
very, very
yes.
cool story. Yeah. How did you
Mhm.
hear about the Hero Dog Awards?
Um. So Goose's older sister.
Mhm.
Um. a couple of years ago was the Queen of Barkus. And so
Oh,
Barkus is a Mardi Gras parade for dogs.
dogs.
It's in New Orleans. It's
Ah,
called the Mystic Crew of Barkus. And so several years ago, my bee was Queen, also a rescue. Queen for Barkus is always reserved for a rescue with a really incredible story.
story.
Uh,
Hmm.
B was also rescued from the Cavalier Rescue from a commercial breeding operation in Missouri. She was dumped in a shelter. She has no front teeth because we had to remove them all because they were in such horrible shape. So anyway, so B was Queen of Barkus. The Grand Marshal that year was a little dog named Pippa, and Pippa's predecessor was Hero Dog Therapy winner, and I believe maybe 2019,
Okay.
a little dog named Jeannie from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and so part of Pippa's part of us learning about Pippa was learning that Jeannie had been a hero dog, so
Oh,
before,
uh-huh,
and I was like, oh, what is that? And
uh-huh.
so yeah, and then I think last year I looked at it, but Goose was pretty new. I adopted Goose. Not quite 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so he had just certified for therapy work, and we were just started getting started. And I was like, he's too new. Let's see
Yeah.
how this next year go. And so I put it on my calendar to that when nominations came back open to look at it again. And because having to ask for votes is
Is
not my
yeah,
is not my speed. I would rather
yeah. It's-
hide in a closet than to have to go around soliciting votes. And so, like this
Right.
morning, we visited a it's called a post acute center slash nursing home, and our activity director there. I don't know if she's watching. If you were watching, Carrie, hey. But our community has been so phenomenal about they hung up flyers
Oh,
today with
good.
Goose's QR code,
Uh-huh.
and so the nurses are all voting for him. And then just last week we visited one of our facilities, and the capital area Alzheimer's Association is sending it out in an e-blast because
Oh,
our facilities are really proud that
that
their goose is
is not, yes, was,
it
yeah,
has
made it
it
to the
has made it has
semifinals.
made it
Yeah.
this far. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
Those
that's very
QR codes
that's
are
very
amazing,
cool.
aren't
Yeah.
they?
And yeah, it's interesting. I like getting information from folks about interesting ways they figure out to get votes and to go
Uh-huh.
to votes. We would
it's
like
hard.
search around for like local festivals or art shows or community
Yeah.
festival things that were going on and try to go and visit all of those and try to get some votes that way. There are so many things that you do, and like you say, asking for people to vote is, I mean, it's like asking people for money.
Money,
So
yeah. It's
it's a
it's
tough
not the
tough thing
most
to
fun.
do.
Yeah. Even though
So
you
It's awful.
believe, I mean, you believe so strongly
yeah,
in Goosey and what he's doing, but
Right.
it's still
yeah,
hard,
yeah.
Right.
So how
Right.
excited were you when you got the email
Yeah.
that he was in the semifinals?
So, I nominated. I believe in his story. I think he's the
Uh-huh.
golden goose. I in my heart know that he belongs in the semifinals. However, you don't really the caliber of all these different of these teams,
Uh-huh.
and I nominated him, and then I stalked email for a little bit, and then when it didn't come, because they waited until like the last day of the month
Oh, of
to send
course.
the congratulations email.
Right.
And so
Yeah,
earlier that week, when I hadn't gotten the email, I was like, well, oh
yeah,
well.
yeah,
And so yeah, so when it came, I thought, and even my husband had said, he might, don't get your feelings hurt,
yeah.
if he doesn't make it, Amy. And and I said, "Yeah, okay." And then so when the email came, I think I did a little squeal, and then I realized, oh gosh, to get to the next round, I
Yeah,
have to ask for votes. And
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Well, it
but
sounds like you have a lot of people that are supporting, so that's a good thing. That'll.
we do. And somebody asked me just the other day, well, what do you win?
Uh-huh.
And we would love to make it to the finals. I mean, you don't enter unless you hope that you can make it to the finals. But Goose won the day the tech said,
Yes, for
let's
sure.
save him. And then he won when Cavalier Rescue raised their hand and said, we don't care how
We'll
much
check.
it costs, we'll figure it out.
Mhm.
We save him. And then today, like days like today, when we walk into a facility and I see my dog on their activity calendar,
Uh,
um, and somebody's talking. Yeah, Goose is at my door trying to. I think he
uh,
wants to go out too. Those are winning moments for me, and so anything that comes from this is lanyap, and so that means something extra
extra.
in
Hmm.
Louisiana. That's something extra because we've already won. We won.
Yeah,
We win
Well,
every time we go into a facility, and they may not be able to tell you what they had for lunch that day, but they remember
that's it.
Goose, or they
And
remember Goosey's name, and so
uh,
those that's what's important to me.
right.
So
And
whatever happens, happens.
it was a
w-
major win when you two found
yeah,
each other
yeah. You
too.
didn't mention it, but it was also a win for him when he found his way to Florida.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank
For
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's there's she's probably barking. She's probably barking at the cats.
I have my little
Oh
Foster.
my
Oh,
goodness.
and Goose. I think Goose just heard him.
He is.
I actually have my little Foster in the other room because she would want to bark at she would want to bark. What do you hear, Goose?
Well,
No, no,
she
come see.
she got her barking over here at the door, and it uh, doesn't phase the other one at all. He's
no.
sound
Come say
asleep
bye.
next to me.
Yeah, Ethan couldn't care less.
He could care less, but she's over there raising all kinds of heck over there.
Oh, there's Goosey.
There he
Yeah, come say
is.
bye. Come say bye.
So,
You need to break her nap.
it's very cool that that Goose is able to. I know you said in there that his like older adults and hospice patients are really sort of his jam, and those are the people he's so good around. But to be able to make anyone he's around not feel forgotten, and as you said in the bio or the nomination, he knows who in the crowd needs a snuggle. He knows who in the crowd needs a little extra attention, and that takes a
Special.
very special
Mhm.
dog. Yep.
Yeah,
There he is. And here's
we
funny.
miss
Here's a
him.
little bit behind the scenes of like what I do here because we talked about Goose and Goosey. Is so I will try to do some research and ask some questions. And a lot of the questions I want to make sure that I ask are the same so everyone gets the same opportunity.
Same
But at the very
opportunity.
top, because names can be gender whatever. At the very top, I put the dog's name and I put boy girl and then I put their pronouns right there. So I always
Uh,
so if it slips in my mind, I can be like, oh, yeah, boy, he is. Yeah.
right, right.
I want to make, it's important to make sure to get,
Yeah.
get it right. Yeah.
And we will remember now for sure. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
mhm.
let me hit, I do want to hit a couple other, like this picture here, I don't think I got up. I want to make sure I got all the pictures that you had sent to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's obviously during some recovery time there.
That
yeah.
was his that's his very first that's intake. And so he came in December of 2023, and December, it doesn't get super cold in Louisiana, but that
Right.
is one, it is colder. But he was so anemic that bottom right, he's in a sweater because he was cold,
Cold
and
all the
then
time. Yeah.
top right, she has him in her jacket
Mm-hmm.
because he was so frail. Y'all, he was just, I mean,
Mm.
Yeah.
he was just frail. And I think I sent you sort of the progression. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
there's
every
a
Oh.
time
10. There's a
we
oh, there's
couldn't
10. Yeah.
we
Uh-huh.
couldn't we couldn't list him for
Oh.
adoption until we got him to his goal weight and healthy. And so every vetting appointment, we would put him on the scale, and then you can kind of see, like, we would celebrate, like, yay, 7 pounds.
Pounds.
I
Yeah.
think that
Oh.
one might be close
That
to
one's a
11.
11.46. Yeah.
Right. And so
Okay.
that was like a congratulations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's us with
Oh.
at a nursing home.
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And here
Yeah.
is, let's go back to Goosey's picture on American
Picture
Humane.
on there.
Voting is
Mm-hmm.
open at AmericanHumane.org. Now through September 18th, you can vote once a day in each category. Don't miss your days. You don't want to give up on any votes because you only get 5 a day, once in each category. There are the semifinalists. Go to AmericanHumane.org. You can click on all those, but when you go to the therapy category, you will find Goosey there. Make
Yeah.
sure to get all your votes in. And what an incredible story. And, thank
Yeah.
you so much for being patient with us. It started a little bit later, but we're so
Thank
happy we
you.
were able to get you and Goose's story out to even some more people.
Yeah. Good
Yes,
luck,
thank you for doing
Amy.
this. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye, Goose.
Bye, Goosey.
So
Have,
bye.
have a good
Bye, you
day.
guys.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.